Okay, everyone. Good morning for the Brazilians. Good afternoon for the Europeans. Today, we have Aniko, our special guest with us. She's based at the moment in Denmark, but she's from Hungary. I can say she's from all over the world because I think, same as me, she's lived in so many places already. I'm wondering how many languages she speaks, but I will let her tell you guys. Aniko and I, we met, I think more than 20 years ago, working on the cruise ships. Back then, we were in our young age, just partying and have a good fun. And I have lovely memories with her concerning, about the ship life. And actually, we had a funny story. Like, do you remember filming this movie with the other Hungarians? There was a Hungarian couple. Yeah, so you see, you just used to have lots of good time. Aniko, if you don't mind, please introduce yourself to us, the students, just a little bit about you, and then they can start with the questions. Once again, welcome in our platform. You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you from my side as well, for all of you, for your time and being here. So my name is Aniko. I am 46 years old and I have 3 little children. They are 6, 8, and 9 years old. And my partner, we are not married. I say we don't get married, we just make children. He's also from Hungary. But we met in Barcelona when we were flight attendant, both. We were renting rooms in the same apartment and we met there. Then we actually moved to England because we wanted to make a family, and to find a job in Spain is not easy, except you are working in a tourism business. So we moved to England, and our children, they were born there. Then we moved back to Hungary because our government seemed to support big families. But it turned out that is not so true. So we moved to Denmark a year ago because I was reading a lot about this country. I wanted to know why they are the happiest nation for so long time. Now I guess it's Finland, but I was still very fond of Denmark, the design, the way they live, and this hygge. I don't know if you know that word. I can explain later. And it's a very safe and a very stable country, and it seemed to be democratic, which is not true for Hungary. And we wanted to raise our children in a way when they can be free, the way how they think, that they can have a nice future, and also to have a nice work and a family life balance, which it seemed to work right now. So it's only 1 year that we are here, but we are very happy. So that's all about me.
Thank you. Thank you. Aniko, I think we can start with the questions already. I'm just gonna go by the end, you're gonna be talking about everything that you want to talk. I'm sure about it. Mm-hmm. So who would like to be the first? We also work with raising our hands. Let me give an example. If you want to ask a question, you see. So we go, okay. So we have already Vanderlei who would like to ask a question. Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Thank you for joining us today. I've never met a Hungarian, so you're the first one.
Wow.
Can you tell me about some of your local traditions? I don't really know much about Hungary. So.
You mean the Hungarians or the?
Yes, the Hungarian.
Local tradition.
How long have you lived in Hungary?
Actually, I was, I don't want to offend no one, but we say I was like a traveling gypsy, you know, that they don't settle, they always move. So since I was 18, I was moving all the time between countries. But I lived, I would say, like 25 years in Hungary. And I was born there, and I have everyone from my family, almost everyone except my sister, they still live there. And I was very fond of Hungary. And actually, I think for all immigrants, it's sad that you cannot enjoy your country to its fullest. So I would say what is very special is maybe the Easter tradition, when the boys are watering the girls for them to blossom. and the girls praise them with an egg which is painted. A long time ago, it was painted beautifully by hand, and it was an art. But this time, you just go to the supermarket, you buy colors, you put them in different pots with hot water and vinegar to keep the color, and you give these guys these eggs and then chocolates and money, of course, as well. But the real tradition is that the boys, they woke up very early, and the girls as well. They were beautifully prepared in their traditional gowns, like these big skirts and nice hair, everything. And then the guys, they just came and they pour very, very cold water on them. So everything which they prepared disappeared. But it kept them fresh, and they had to chase the girls. So it was kind of like a little erotic games that time. That was the way to show the girls that they are desirable, and they will be mother one day. So they are like in their best ages. So the boys were chasing the girls to catch them and make them to blossom. I think it's a very nice and very original tradition. I don't know if other countries are having this. Laszlo, do you know if maybe
if other countries they celebrating the Easter like that?
Yes.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell, make some stories up about it, but yeah, we definitely do, and they still do, as you said. But nowadays, I think it's more about like collecting money for a little bit, like teenagers and stuff like that. And they go with their perfume, and then whatever it smells or whatever they found at home from their mom, and then they just bring it with them. And then the girls, at the end of the day, they have about 25 different scents on them. So yeah, it was fun when we were kids, but yeah, it's changed since a little bit. Or a lot.
Well, I can tell you guys that in Belgium, we don't do that. We also go to the supermarket. We just buy as much different chocolates as we can. What we do with children, though, we like most of the houses here where I live, they have a garden. So we just throw the little chocolates on the garden, and the little children, they have to go chase them up, and then they gather, and then the ones who got the most, they get little extra presents. So they try to make it also commercial, more commercial, yes, about that. All right, so Valerio, you have a question?
Yes. Hello. Thanks again. Aniko, you told that one of the reasons that you moved for Denmark was about because it's the most happy country in the world. Tell me a little about your point of view, your opinion about in 1 year living in this country, please.
Okay. I still adore Denmark, which they say it's not going to be like that. I was reading that if you are settled in a country which you have chosen by yourself, so it's not because of work or something, and if you don't get to the point that you are disappointed, then you are still a tourist, because you still only see the nice things, and you are in a bubble or in a pink world. I start to feel a little down part of the country, but I'm still very convinced that we made the best decision, because even though it's a very rich country in a very good economical situation, you don't see that. It's not about career here. It's not about big houses. It's not about fashion and fancy clothing. People are very much down to earth, and their priority is time. It's a precious time with your loved ones. And I still have goosebumps, because first, when I was reading about this, I thought it doesn't exist. It can be true. It's like in an old time, or it's like in a fairy tale. But it's really true that most of the Danish people, they are still friends with their childhood friends, and they get together, they celebrate together. They are spending a lot of time with their childhood friends and the family. And I can see even in bad weather, that's the other thing which I love, that they appreciate every kind of weather, and their children are outside so many hours per day, even when it's snowing, even if it's raining. everyone has a perfect outfit. You can see the brands, they use like 2-3 brands. So when we came here, I was just checking the children's clothing, the brands in the kindergarten, like a spy, to find out what is the best brand, because they're also very ecologically conscious. So they like to buy sustainable things and ecological things, and not this cheap plastic sheets you can buy. They buy better quality things, but not many. So they just have few things, good quality, sturdy stuff, and the children are happy. They just, they just play in the mud. They just enjoy the nature. And for me, it's perfect. It's very much like my values, and which is, I think it's very rare to find these days, that the whole country is so united in their values. And the other thing it's very amazing is the trust. They trust their government, they trust each other, they trust the system, they trust, like, they have trust into humanity. It's amazing. And you still don't need to close your car, to lock your house, even if you live in a city. People are going by bicycle. A lot of there are bicycles. It's like a little bit like in Holland, and you can feel that the drivers are taking care of you, the adults and the children, 200%. Children are here the most valuable. I wouldn't say staff, but creators, because they know this is the future of they are the future of the humanity. So that's I'm still totally amazed that this kind of togetherness and this kind of pureness in a human way exists.
Wow, Aniko, that was so beautiful.
Beautiful.
I think we could just listen to you talking about Denmark like that for the next hour. But we have to go. All right, you have a question?
So my question was like regarding the children. I was gonna ask, like, what do your children feel about Denmark? Like, do they enjoy it a lot? Have they complained to you about it? Like, are they happy with the move?
My daughter, she is 9 years old. She started already the school in Hungary, and the Hungarian school system is very strict, and it's still very old-fashioned. They are competing a lot, and she already had like stress symptoms after the first year, which I found very sad. And I think the English, the American, and most of East European countries are working still with this system, that it's only the notes are important, only we say lexical knowledge. They don't prepare you for life. They don't prepare you for emotional intelligence. They prepare you only for tests, for this kind of stupid knowledge you don't need ever again in your life, but you are just overwhelmed. You don't enjoy your school time. You don't enjoy your free time afterwards because you are loaded with homework. And I'm glad I experienced that with Lily, with my daughter, because then I can compare. And I will talk about the school system later, but Lily is the one who is missing Hungary the most, because she already started to be bond with her classmates. The two boys, they were still like mingling around, but they didn't have like deep friendships. So when we came here, it was a big adventure. We were timing our movement for summer, end of August, so they can be good at the school start, but they can still have a little good weather. And they experienced it as a big adventure. But then there was one point when they asked us, "Okay, mommy, but when are we going to go home?" And that was like a deep point. We actually until last Christmas, we all suffered a lot, because then came bad weather. We had financial crisis because it cost us a lot of money. It took all our savings to come here, because in the beginning we needed to have 2 households. My husband came, or my partner came earlier, like 2 months earlier, to find a job, to settle, to find a house and everything. And so it was very hard in the beginning, but then slowly we could have everything like settled, the kids in the school and the kindergarten. And then we started to feel home. And they say, and it's true, when the parents are okay, then the children are okay as well. And they love the fact that in the school, they are free. They are happy to go to school. They are really happy. All three started school. And the first year, the two big ones, they needed to go to a reception class to learn Danish only, and a little bit mathematics, a little bit reading, but it was mainly focused on language. But it was a little bit like a refugee camp. I mean, there were all kinds of children. Many Ukrainians, of course, Syrians, Turkish, Polish, Hungarians, and they were all a little bit confused, a little bit like aggressive and stressed, and like you could feel that they are not settled yet, or they are coming from a difficult background maybe. So after 1 year, I was actually begging the school director from our area to already transfer them to a normal Danish school, because Arnold, the smallest, he started in the kindergarten and he was lucky enough to hear only Danish. Because for the small ones, they don't do this reception class. They go straight to a kindergarten, which is also amazing that for one child you have, for 4 children, you have one carer. So when we went to the kindergarten, it felt like it's a party because there were adults everywhere, there were children everywhere. The adults, they were playing with the children all the time, like running after them, or they were sitting in their lap. So it's a very relaxed and very lovable atmosphere. Even though you would think that, oh, Scandinavians are cold, they're not cold at all. They might keep a distance because they are just complete in their own life, and they don't want friends here and there, and just they don't like, I think, shallow relationships. They want to have rather less people around them, but then to be deeply connected. And they put a big weight on emotional intelligence and this collectiveness, that you have to care about each other, and that was the most important for me. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think Aura got her answer. Is that correct? Okay, Kia, you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask if the difference between kids of Denmark and kids in Hungary is more the geographic location. For example, you're surrounded by countries who were in conflict and have been in conflict and are still in conflict right now. Which is putting a lot of stress. Is that the reason why you moved? One of the reasons?
Yes, for sure. I mean, we are in the central of Europe, and our history is full of blood, fights, war, and I don't know if you know about this communism, and that we had this kind of spying system like 1956. After 1956, there was a revolution. And so the people, they couldn't trust each other because your neighbor was watching you, and if you did something wrong, they were calling this kind of community police, and they could jail you, or sometimes they could even kill you. So we completely lost the trust because they just killed it, like by history. But there is also, like, I think it's also kind of in our DNA, or we are still in our culture, to compete, because we are a small country and there are a lot of very intelligent people, and they want to just move forward and to have better life than their ancestors had. So you can never really trust, you have the feeling that you can never trust your fellow Hungarian, because they want something, they want to get advantages. So it's kind of the history, and Denmark didn't have, they were so quiet for 1,000 years. In the Second World War, they just had they surrounded themselves to the Nazis, so they didn't want it to have unnecessary death. They kind of, I think me personally, I would also decide like this, like why to kill our husbands and children for nothing. We know that the war is always about the money and the position, whatever. I don't want to get to politics.
Yeah,
But so Denmark was I think wise enough. They just said, okay, you could just come. We don't want to have too much fight, and they were like getting along. And what I find it amazing that when they were this Nazi times, that they had to wear the yellow star, then everyone in the country, even the royal couple, they put on this yellow star. So they just basically made a joke about this system, and they just told the Nazis to go to hell. Then if you want to kill those people, then you can kill the whole Denmark. And this, for me, it was amazing. So like, it's true that the geographical history, it's also important, but also the Scandinavian, they had this kind of wisdom that they pulled themselves together, because they were not always so united and so rich. But there was a point when they have seen the most important values in life.
True. Like you said, the hygge comes from Denmark as well. So yeah, it's something to learn from.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's a lot to learn from them. They are so relaxed, and even the way they are treating stressful situation. I would say they smoke something or they drink something, because I can't believe how relaxed they are with their children. I mean, even if it seemed to be like a crazy situation, they are so confident that they can handle that situation. And we are still very stressed compared to them. I mean, I am yelling to my children. I'm losing my mind often because they are super difficult.
Correct.
And I feel bad, and we are actually scared, because they protect the children so much that we can get in trouble if we are too, like I would say, emotional or Latino, because they can just go to the comuna and say, listen, these people, they don't know how to raise their children properly. So it's a little bit difficult for us to have this hygge straight away, or to learn it, but I think it will be worth it, and we are proceeding.
Do you think your oldest one, with this background she learned in Denmark, will go back to Hungary and change it? Because you said like it's the kids thinking of the future. And
I don't think so. When they will grow up, they will be more fond to this culture, because this is just so easy to love it. It's so uncomplicated. I think this is the most important thing, that they don't overcomplicate their life. And it's such a gift, because believe me, to raise 2-3 children, it makes your life complicated. But I can see that some people, most of the people here, they just manage to have simple life, simple day, simple fun. And I think we also had this problem. Once you have lived abroad, it's very difficult to go back to your country, especially if it's so different. And also the work ethics, it's very different in Hungary. They always look for someone to blame, and they are focusing on a problem, whereas here they focus on solution, and the solution should come from a team. And this is so like fulfilling. And I cannot imagine that our children growing up here, they could be happy going back to Hungary, but maybe it will be a big wonder or a miracle, and Hungary would rise and proceed to this way. I really wish, because we have a good friend and beloved ones at home, but I think our country is not going to right direction.
Oh, well. Thank you, Kia, for the questions. They were very interesting. Heider, are you ready?
Okay, thank you. So I have a curiosity. Okay, is it true that in Nordic countries in the winter the days are so long and the nights are so short? Could you talk about a little bit, because I'm curious about the questions.
It is actually
It seems weird for me.
yeah, it is not easy, and maybe because we had the first year only 1 year here and we were busy, and it was very eventful. We didn't have time to get like so focusing on the weather. Maybe after 5 or 10 years we will be so fed up with this long winter time. But I don't think so, because first of all, we were already very depressed by that time, so it's going to be only better. And second of all, because this hygge, this kind of like a candlelight, like reading stories, like board games, this is mainly around this time. And if you look into Scandinavian houses, they are very cozy. They use a lot of fur, like a false fur, and the lamps are beautiful. They are mostly local lights. So you just look into windows, which we shouldn't, because you are like discreet. But me, I'm coming from East Europe. I'm spying through the windows to see the beautiful design and decoration. It just lets you forget how is it outside. But it's true that already like 3:30, 4 o'clock, it's dark, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark, and it goes on for 3 months. For someone in Brazil, it sounds like end of the world. It sounds terrible. You cannot imagine your life without sunshine for so long. But it just, what I found out, if the weather is bad outside, you are focused on inside, and it's also in your, as a human being, you are focused on your soul, You don't have so much attraction, so many parties, sunshine, beach, blah, 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 because it's not possible. So you are inside of your home, you are forced to spend time with your family, and you must have good time. So you are baking cakes, you are just, this kind of vinyl music, I don't know how you call that, record player. It's now a big fashion here, and I also want to have one for myself, because they just sit down and listen music, good quality music, and it's not coming from YouTube, it's not coming from TV. You just, like in the old times, you are focused on quality time together. And Christmas is big here, and they are still folding ornaments, like it's the children in the school, they fold a special like a paper heart, which you have to like cross paper lines. You cross them, and it will be a beautiful heart. So they have this kind of hand works together, and I think it's just nice. You really forget about the weather outside. Plus, the children are going outside anywhere, and if you are like also prepared for that already, which we are about now to have all the equipment, you go outside, you play with the snow, or you just go to the woods, you collect wood together, or you just watch the animals. And there are lots of books about them. The school is also doing excursions. In the winter time, they do like little igloos from frozen ice. So it's just nice. You can enjoy darkness.
Aniko, sorry to interrupt. I think like what Heather meant also, the question was about also the summer, because like in Alaska or in Norway, when I was in Copenhagen, was already in September, so it was a little bit different. But in the summer, like in July, especially in July, do you have days that it's sunny or that is light outside for 20 hours? Because as I said, in Alaska or in the north part of Norway, you have no nights in the summer. It's like the whole day, 20 hours, 22 hours, light outside? That was the question, actually.
Okay, so
Do
it was
you
the
have
opposite.
that
It's
in
not the
Denmark as
winter, it's the
well?
summer.
In
Yeah,
Denmark,
but
do you have that as
not
well?
yes, but Denmark it's much more south than these
There you go.
areas. They are very much.
It's considered a Scandinavian country, but it's in the south, so they don't get that. They also don't get northern lights, like Norway, for instance. So that's why he was wondering.
Partially. Okay, but we have also long days, like in the summertime from May to August. It's a lot of daylight. The sun goes down at 10:30 in the evening, and it comes up 4 o'clock in the morning.
There you go.
So
yes.
Yeah, so that's the reward for the longer nights in winter time.
Yes.
So it's like too extreme. Very dark
Like in
winters
Brazil,
and
we have 4 seasons, but it's pretty much the same, more or less. Like Heider is from Rio de Janeiro, and it's pretty much summer all year long. So he doesn't feel, he doesn't have the experience with all these 4 seasons, especially like you just explaining to us in the winter, very cold, more inside, not much light. In the summer, on the other hand, lots of sunshine, lots of light, and longer days. I think now you covered. I think Heider got his answer. Bruce, you also had a question?
Yeah, if we have a queen, you mean in Denmark, king and queen?
Yes. So do you have a king and queen?
Yes, and actually we have seen now there was a queen, Queen Margaret. She was a cousin from Queen Elizabeth in England, who just passed away, and she was a very beloved queen. And now she's 70 something or 80 something, but she's still very active. And actually, she made a history by giving away her. I don't know this word in English. So she just said goodbye to her position, and she was giving it to her son while alive, which is very unusual because they have to die to pass over, you know. But she wanted to be there to help her son in this hard times, because King Frederick X, he doesn't want it to be a king ever. He wanted to be like a normal guy. So the mama wanted to help, and we have seen this parade. It was this year January that Frederick took the position, and it was also very very nicely done. I mean, so many people were on the street, but you could not, like, you were not scared, and it was very cold. The people were prepared. They were having blankets and hot tea, the little children as well. So we were in the streets by 0 degrees, and it was fun. It was very nice. It was very humbled, very like, it's not like in England. They don't make big parade because they also want to save money, and they don't think they are so important that they deserve all this kind of old-time thingy. So it was a very good experience, and we have taken a big poster which was hanging on the street. We took it down and we frame it. So King is in our living room, and when our friends were visiting, they said, like, oh my God, the Russians are putting Putin on the on the room, and you have this king. But he's a young and a charming man, and he's going to be a good king, I think.
Very good.
So we have.
Okay.
And actually, his wife is an Australian lady.
Oh.
And she is not aristocratic background. She is like a civilian.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Aura got a question as well. Again, Aura, please go ahead.
Hi, I wrote it down, but like, I'm just gonna, let me just get there. Okay. So it's like a question from really, really long ago, so we're gonna go back there. I just wanted to ask, do you work? And if you do work, have you had like
do you think that the other people in the working environments, because you were talking about like how good the working environments are, do you think that like it's just your working environment that's quite good, or do you think that there's like other things that are they've got other working environment? I don't know how to explain it. My English is out the window right now.
No, it's okay. I understand, I think. I just recently changed job, but my first position, it was in a salad packing fabric, because you must also know, if you start from zero without knowing the language, then you are at the bottom of the hierarchy in the working place. So even though many people are speaking here, so most of the people, they speak very good English, and they just switch like this, even old ladies in the shops. But to work properly, you need Danish, and it's a very difficult language. Even though I speak several languages, and English and German are quite good, I thought I could relate on these two languages because they are very similar to Danish. It's not at all. It's very difficult. So it will take time until we learn it. So I was working through a friend to find a job, because it's difficult to find a job if you don't have the papers. But of course, you don't have the document if you don't have a job. So it's like the similar catching situation like in England, that you need a bank account, you need a CPR number, an NH number, plus you need a job, but you cannot have any of these without the other ones. But because we came through a friend, they could just figure out the way, like how to work before having those papers. And we were actually surrounded by East Europeans. It was not a real Danish company, and we could feel that, because there were a lot of gossiping among women, and they were not helping each other. They were kind of like making life more difficult. So I couldn't say it was Danish, but the company now we are working is still a warehouse. But I mean, it's a warehouse. It's like still like you don't need Danish, only English. But it's much more relaxed. We are actually amazed that they make so much income, but they are still so relaxed about what mistakes, or if you are, they don't pressurize you. There is no like daily limit you have to do, and they are always focusing, as I said, on solutions. And it is very good to work with them. And actually, there is an American lady who is living in Denmark, and she's doing podcast like how to live in DK. And she's working as a consultant. She's doing actually meetings with American CEOs to explain them how they can motivate Danish colleagues, because you cannot motivate them by position or by money, because for them, this is not important. The tax is so high, and it's always the same, that that you are losing a lot of money, even if you get promotion. And the position is not important either, because there is a very important value in Denmark, that everyone is equal. And they think if you want to get too high in the career ladder, you think you are better than the others, and they don't appreciate that. You should not like show off, or you should not like push too much, like to think that you are more clever or better than anyone else. So they want to, the only thing they can motivate people, actually two things: if you feel that you are a valuable member of the team, and if you love your job. And this is the main thing that they are creating around you. So if you are lucky to work for a Danish company, then you will be happy. And they let you work from 8 to 4. It's rarely an overtime. And most of the people, Fridays at 2 o'clock, they go home. Our salary is the basic salary, is almost the minimum, even though there is no legal minimum in Denmark. And it's not easy to get along. But still, we are renting a nice house. Our children are going to the school, which is for free. But there's no meal included, so we have to pack their whole day lunch boxes. But they get an iPad. They don't need much to go to the school. They just bring their pencil cases and sport sport wear, and that's it. All the books, all the like exercise thingy, it's all for free, and university is also free, which was also a main point why we came here. Because even though in Hungary, university is for free for a certain amount of students who are applying, but because many things are monkey business, most of the places, the free places are already taken by the best friends and by the family members of important people. And also, if you have to pay for your children's accommodation in Hungary, it costs too much money because the prices are almost similar in many things, like in Denmark, but the salary and the life standard is much lower. So, and to answer on the other question, the alcohol, yeah, it's a big problem, the alcohol. Maybe it comes also from the from the long dark winter. But actually, I think alcohol is everywhere a big problem, and also in Hungary. But some countries are talking about it and they take it serious and they show real statistics, and other countries they just hide the facts. But also by the young people, they start quite young to drink alcohol, and when they are. But on the other hand, you see healthy people. The people are looking good. When we go back to Hungary, we just shocked how many sick and tired and squeezed people are living there. If you see the people here, they don't seem to be like the typical like alcoholic face or that junkie outfit. They might have their little wine or little beer every day or every night, and they have big parties, but you don't see on them because they do a lot of sports, they go a lot outside, they cycle. So I think they just kind of balance it with their lifestyle.
All right. Vivian, you had a question?
Yes, I have. What do you think people with disabilities in the market, what kind of way they are treated in education, if they have opportunities to make the treatments? For example, I have a son with autism, and always when I think about to live abroad, I think if there is opportunity for people with disabilities in this kind of country. And I think it's the first question that go to my mind when I ask with someone about life and abroad. What do you think in Denmark? What kind of quality of life?
It was also important for me, this caring society, because I used to work in Hungary. I used to work in a homeless shelter or place, and I was very sad about the way how Hungary is treating disabled people. Like they hide them from society. These people who are taking care of them, they are very badly paid. The childcare system is terrible. They are often abused, or the people are just raising them to get money from the government. So this social system in Hungary was very disappointing and super sad. And here, it's nice. I mean, you see a lot of disabled people outside, and the family members or whoever takes care of them, they look also happy. They have like a happy life, happy approach to this kind of situation. And there's always like possibility also for the wheelchair, the disabled. And in the school, I don't know actually in the school of my children, but they are for sure. I don't know if they're integrated or they have special school, but of course they take care of them. We pay a lot of tax in Denmark, but it's also they give you back. It's not that they all go to the ministers or the kings. It goes to the community, and they're very well equipped, and there are a lot of like information. You are also connected via apps to your community, where you can find all kind of answers on the questions. You can call them, they answer you, they switch to English. Or actually now we had a leaflet about how to prepare for emergency situation. And I think it's amazing because the weather is getting so extreme, and because the world is getting very vulnerable, and they have a checklist what you have to be prepared home. For 3 days, you have to have water, food, and medicine supply, and you get all these messages on your app. So they take care of everyone, and it's for free. The health care system is also for free.
It sounds very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
It was a great question, Vivian. Okay, Vinicius, I'd like to hear your voice today. You're so quiet.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone again. Hello, Aniko. I'm really enjoying this session with you. You sound so happy to be here, and it's really cool.
Thank
So
you.
my question is actually, it's a curiosity also about Hungary and Denmark. What is the healthcare system over there? Like, do you have to pay to go to a hospital? What is the quality of the system? Do you have a big, let's say, division between private hospitals and public hospitals and such? Yeah, basically this.
Actually, I should maybe read more about like Danish newspapers or something, because I don't have a deep vision. Because of course people are complaining everywhere, and you can have problems everywhere. I could just see my surrounding and what I experience. But the general health system is very good, and it's for free, except the dentist. But there was also, you go to the dentist, and a part of the treatment you will get back like naturally, because you are paying that through your tax. It's like 42% of your salary goes to tax. But it's almost the same in Hungary, and you don't see anything back. So the health system in Hungary, it's super bad, and it's going more down than ever now. The health system and the educational system is going now very bad in Hungary. So that was the two most important things why we left Hungary, and what we were taking into consideration here. And the hospitals are very well equipped. The doctors, they are in civil clothing. They don't wear this white coat. When you see there is a list in the hospital, which looks more like I don't know, like an office. You don't smell that thing. It doesn't look like a hospital. It's a beautiful design. And they just they don't have their doctor title. There is a big like a picture on the wall with all the names and all the pictures, so you know who you are going to meet. And they come by themselves. They don't have assistants. They come to fetch you in the waiting room. They call you by your name. You just follow them. You are in shorts or t-shirt or whatever. You are two of you in the room. They are super nice. When we go with our children, then of course we are in the room, and they are like explaining everything. Like, listen, now I'm going to examine this and this. Is it okay for you? There are little hello. The little toys for children in their room. Is not like they are actually believing in the immune system, which I also very much appreciate, because Hungary is overdosed in antibiotics, in apotheker, like pharmacies. The doctors are pushing you to take medication, and here they tell you to rest more, to go to the fresh air, to eat honey and lemon and garlic. And some of our Hungarian like friends or who we know, they are upset about this. Like, why they don't give me painkiller? Why they don't give me when they have fever straight away something, or for their children? But I love this because it's again trust, and it's again the natural way of looking the human body. And I was also very much fond of this kind of natural healing. And when we were in England, I had home birth. All 3 children, they were, I mean, the boys, they were born home. And my daughter was born in a, like, it wasn't a hospital. It was like a, how do you call them? It's like a home birth home, like a little, it was on the side of a hospital, but it was like a special unit. So I'm very happy that they don't give you straight away medication. Medications are expensive. And actually, I don't know if you heard about Novo Nordisk. It's a super famous company. They produce insulin. And now they discovered that this insulin can be also used, or their medication can be used to fight obese, like overweight. And now superstars and millionaires, they are losing weight with their product, and they are like skyrocketing their how do you say, when they do a lot of money, their incomes. Yeah, their profit.
Profits.
Yeah, the profit is amazing. But the big pharma industry, it's exporting medications. The pharmacy here, it's kind of very simple, and you don't use them often. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Really interesting to hear that.
You're welcome.
Laszlo, would you be ready to ask a question? Not
No,
in
no, I
Hungarian.
don't know Aniko, so I have no questions to Aniko
Okay.
at all. And we meet daily, so what should I ask her? You know, I seen her yesterday and the day before, so yeah, it was only like I think it was like 18 years ago or 16 years ago or something. I don't know. It was, I think, more like 18. But she still sits on the same way she did before. Her legs are up. I can see that they all crossed. And
some things never change.
My only question is, where are the kids right now? How is it so quiet around you?
They are in the garden with Daddy. I have to see how Daddy is doing after 1 hour, because I don't have much time on my own. So it's like wellness for me, this 1 hour.
Did you change the locks already, or did you just lock them out?
No, I didn't. No, they are enjoying the fire. There's fire outside,
okay.
so they are busy.
Does anyone else have a question?
Sorry?
I would like to know if someone else has a question. I think I'm going to go ahead. Aniko, would you please tell us more about, like, traveling? Like, when you are in Denmark, are you able to visit your family like once or twice a year? Or are you guys, how are the Danish people? Do they travel a lot? Do they stay in their own country? How are they, like, when it comes to traveling?
They love Denmark, and I heard that even though it's very critical that they will have nice weather, many of them are staying in Denmark. They go to the coast because it's a lot of sea around. And where we live, it's an island, where it's Copenhagen also. They have many small islands, but mainly there is one half island. They call it, I still have to learn this word, Jutland, which is connected with Germany. There the weather is less nice. Here in this island, where is the capital located, Copenhagen, the weather is better than in the most part of Denmark. So they are just renting summer houses across the seaside, and they are prepared for bad weather. Maybe they just sit all the time in that house and they just play board games or whatever. But still, even big children, they love to travel with their family, and they love these traveling vans. This, how do you call them? You know, which is
caravans.
Yeah, caravans. Yeah, it's also very much like in Holland.
Mobile home, they call it too.
Yeah, mobile home or caravans. Yeah, and they just go into the nature and enjoy it. But of course, there's also a part of the society who is going to Dubai or to Seychelles or whatever, but is not they shouldn't talk too loud about it, because their fellow Daners, they will criticize them for using too much carbon or kerosene, or to have too much luxury and these kind of things. But they also love Spain and Italy, of course. But some of them, they are going even more north to hike, or they are not so obsessed about like sunshine and sea and doing nothing. It's more like active vacation. And we are going. We were home 3 times. We were in Hungary 3 times this year, because it's easy. It's a very good connection. It's a very good public transport to the airport. The metro actually opens the door almost it's by the airport already. So it's
Wow.
super good connected. And you can also fly to Malmö, which is already in Sweden. And but there is a bridge which is connecting. There's a very famous bridge. You should check between Malmö and between Sweden and Denmark, which goes under the sea. It's like an architectural wonder. It's beautifully done, and it's also very good connection on that bridge. There is through the bridge goes a train, so you can also quickly reach Copenhagen from Malmö. So if one of you is planning to have like a little trip, it's good to go to either of these 2 cities, and you can visit Sweden a little bit and Denmark in a few days.
Yes. I took the night train from Malmo to Copenhagen in 2016. It was an amazing experience. It was really nice.
Wow.
We just ran out of time, Aniko. I would like to thank you once again for being here, for taking this 1 hour of your precious time with your family. You're very busy, and staying here with us, answering our questions. I'm very glad we are getting in touch, because we lost contact for so many years. I'm very glad that we are in touch again. You became a very, very wise woman, and I'm glad that you shared some of your thoughts with us. And guys, thank you also for being here and making this a successful program. I wish you all a beautiful, lovely weekend, and I see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye. Have a
Bye,
nice day.
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.